Hi, and welcome to another Fiberific live craft and chat. As you can see, we are not in the shack, we're not in the house, and something's gone wrong with my camera. So bear with me while I try and solve the problem and go from there. There we go. All right, it's not a live chat without a glitch. If that's our glitch for the day, I'm happy. I'm hoping you can all hear me and you can all see me. Just jumping over here to where the chat is. I don't have my glasses on, so that's kind of not good. Let me go into the chat here. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a live die session. We haven't had one in... Have we had one this year, Kim? No live die sessions for 2020. So this is our first. Maybe that's what happened to 2020. Maybe it'll all stop now. Wouldn't that be nice? I'd take all the credit. Anyway, do you see a pressure canner? No, no, I don't think you do. Anyway, sorry. I've got my phone here so I can have a quick look at the comments before we get started. Oh, yeah, that's the, sorry, good call, Kim. That is what we spin the yarn in to get the moisture out of it so we can hang it up and it dries faster. It's like a super fast spin dryer. Right, yeah, that was it. That was what Freaky Geek was thinking of. Welcome, everybody. So if you have not been to a live dye session, we have a camera that will point in our pan. I've got yarn over here soaking. Today I am not dyeing to pictures, which is what we would usually have done last year, but I figured we haven't done this in a while and I'm a little out of practice, so let's just, go with the flow. We've got a new setup. When you look down, you'll see it's a little bit different than historically, that's right. We've got Kim. I keep looking over here because Kim is over here. She's monitoring the chat here. Andrea is here. There you go, Andrea. She's sneaking through. Andrea's going to be passing me all the yarn and basically be my running around legs. So that is super cool. So yeah, I'm just checking the chat. We've got Spanner Chick and Sally Schilling. And did I see? I saw Jackie. Jackie's in the chat. So there are 3 mods for today. What our mods do here. They're the people with the blue names and the little wrenches. We call them spanners in Australia, so spanners, which is Spanner Chick. That's Kim. So what they tend to do here is be rude in the background, and like she's going to spit coffee in a second. Luckily, she's nowhere near any yarn. So what the mods do here at Fiberific is they tend to sort of keep the peace in the chat, which is not usually the biggest issue. It's when I talk about something and they have to madly go scurrying for links because they're the only one who can add links into the chat. Now today I'm not going to be able to focus on the chat as much as usual, so Kim's going to yell out questions for me. You may or may not be able to hear her. I'll try to repeat them if I can, if I remember. So I've got my beautiful dyeing hair on today so that it keeps it out of my face. And Kim has made Andrea and myself matching aprons. Do you want to come into the shot? We've got our aprons. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. We've got our Team Fiberific aprons. So thank you, Kim, for making these for us. So funny. So I don't know, like we're going to start with some 4-ply yarn, I think. So Andrew, if you want to hang those so that they can start draining, that would be 3, I think. Yep. So we're going to start with some 4-ply yarn. I don't know what we're going to do with it. What do you guys want to see? So I've got my phone up, so I'm actually going to check the chat. Let me know what you want to see, kind of like some colour or some speckle or something like that. So what you can't see is the bucket of yarn over here that we've got soaking. Now, because we're going to be using the shallow pans today, they've been soaking in acid rather than just in the normal wash. So I like to soak yarns that I'm going to speckle or shallow dye in an acid solution. So I've got probably 30 litres or thereabouts of water and 3 tablespoons of citric acid. And we just let the yarn soak in that for sort of half an hour to an hour. It depends on the yarn. Silk, much longer, okay? If I'm going to be dyeing silk, which we don't have today, I would soak that for at least 2 hours to get that built in. Now, just off camera here, we also have another big pot. It's just one of the standard saucepans that we use, which were in the photos on Instagram yesterday. And that's just so I can add hot water to this tray that I've got in front of me. Okay, so I'm just having a quick look. Lots of cricut work, yes. Cricket, why do I say cricut? You're right, it does look like it should be cricut. So the gang's all here, says Freaky Geek. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Something galaxy looking, Pip and Poppycock wants to see. Dark colours with dual speckles. Sam, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, like there's some tricks and tips to resist dyeing which would work really good with that, which I did with some red and black. But I haven't got any yarn set up for resist dyeing today. But I will definitely add that to my list of things that I'm going to be doing. A sunset to black gradient. Have you been chatting with Kim? Honestly, Lindsay. We're at Natalie's Closet. Welcome to the dye stream. Go into space for galaxy inspiration. Ida wants to see something in a rose gold colour. Yeah, copper would be nice. Yeah. All right. So Kathy's just like surprise us. I mean, the problem with a lot of the metallics is, or at least the problem I come across, especially with the flatter yarns, I tend to be able to do metallics really well on pure silk because I think the metallics need that shine, whereas I tend to struggle a little bit more when I'm doing it on a sock yarn. But I see some dyers doing it phenomenally, and I don't know how they're doing it. I'm like going to have to be like send in some spies or something. So what I'm going to do here, because I'm down to one screen today, sorry guys, I'm going to switch over to our double camera. So I just had that there just so that I could get all my, I forgot to take that off, just so that I could get all the focusing right. Goodness me. All right, Andrea, let's get this dye stream going. I'll get some water in this pan. All right, so I have here, this is just mostly straight water. Now I did steal some of it out of the soak bucket just because the soak bucket was too full. So I still need to stick some more acid in here. Can I possibly, thank you. I left the acid out of reach, of course I did. So I like to just add in a bit more acid. Like citric acid is pretty gentle on your yarn. It doesn't do anything nasty to it, at least in the levels that I'm using. I probably should have used a spoon or something for that, or a whisk. A whisk, look at that. It's over there. Look, I put everything out of reach. Everything's on another table over there. Alrighty, I'll get these cookers on because this water's quite hot, which is great. I'll turn this guy right down, otherwise we're going to have issues with power. Today's not a good day to lose power, like live streaming. Alright, so... Okay. It doesn't pick you up? Oh. Oh no, I'm going to have to, I really need to get a better, okay guys, we need to save up some extra money to buy an additional microphone so we can mic up Kim. So if you guys want to be able to hear Kim on dye streams, you need to go into Patreon, or I don't know how else they can do it, but something to, well, yeah, that too. But at least like with Patreon and stuff, we know they've come from the, I've got them, thank you. We know they've come from the dye streams or the live streams. All right, we've got 3 skeins of our Pegasus sock yarn. Now I'm just going to zhuzh it around, give it a bit more water, because otherwise it's going to burn. Burn, baby, burn. Alrighty. This is Andrew and Kim's first time seeing the new setup in here, so it's all exciting. Alrighty, so what should we do? Should we do, this yarn is nice and warm mostly, these ends are a bit cool. I just need to check something. That's mostly touching. That's cool. Sorry, I haven't done this kind of dyeing on this new bench yet, so I'm still learning. I'm still testing. All right, what was that one, that gradient? The sunset to what? To black. Oh, geez. I can do sunset to black, but what it's going to do is I'm going to do it down the length of a skein. So it's going to come out more like, what's one of the ones we did for that? Yeah, probably a bit more eerie sunset than lighthouse, I think. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out the fiberific.com.au. Go into the Fiberific Limited yarns. There should be some photos there of some of our previous dyed yarns. Now, that's the other thing you should all know. The yarns I dyed today will be in Fiberific Limited wrappers tomorrow. So if you want one of these, if you like how it looks, they'll be up on the website. Once they dry, I'll get photos. So, all right, we need to mix some colour. Okay, Andrea, do you reckon you could find me out of the colours? Yeah. This is a bit dusty. Find me, I want jet black, which is that one, just that big one right there. Yep. That one's true black, sorry. True black, we want, I've got some pink there that I can use, and a sun yellow. Sun yellow should be, I think I can see it up there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go from the black through, and I'm going to blend the black with some pink, and then blend that through. It's going to be like a bright hot pink, sunset pink, and then blend some of the yellow into that, so it'll go orangey pink, and then a bit of yellow at the bottom just to lighten it a little. How does that sound? That's the goal, okay? That's our plan. Whether that's what works and happens, I don't know. Okay. Do you reckon you could pass me all my tools I left over there? I need them spoons.
That's all right, I'm here.
Snowy's losing her mind over something. So those of you that have been waiting, we had a chow gu order arrive yesterday. So that's cool. Actually, we're going to need a bit more than that. We're going to need up to that line. Alrighty, let's go black first. Got any black? Or should we start with the black and go light, or should we start with the light and go black?
Go light.
Oh gosh, thank you. See, I don't even know my own rules. So let me have I've got to change screen so I can see what's going on. I've got two, because I normally have two monitors now for live streams. I've gotten very used to it. I've got one here now. So welcome to the live dye stream. Is Tim upset that we didn't give him a donut? Oh, poor baby. Tim's, like, I'm not kidding, guys. We were sitting out here having our pre-stream meeting, not a coffee break, and there's 3 of us and 4 donuts in the box. Tim walks past, gives us some sort of random bit of information, looks at the table and walks back in again. Like, really? Really? We know what you're here for. We're not silly. And now he says we're mean. You're mean. I mean, we didn't give him a donut. I mean, so technically speaking, if you leave it on the bench in there, it would get eaten. Oh, by the way, everybody, that's my husband, Tim. He's working from home, working very hard. Alrighty, I'm going to start the yellow down here, I think. I'll make sure that, like, let me know if you can see everything. As I said, this is a new setup. So I'm not 100% certain what you can and can't see, but you know, if I don't respond straight away, it's because I can't see that either. What was that, Kim? You can see? Kim can see. Kim's having a donut. Not at all to taunt my husband. That wouldn't be your purpose at all. No. Yes. And he knows it. That's all right. It's going to be partially yellow up here anyway. He knows. He's got a sixth sense when it comes to donuts. Chocolate, you'd be safe. Donuts, not so much. Although I have noticed the chocolate's been getting purchased more often, which I'm like, sweet as, bro. Alrighty, so I'll pop that yellow aside. Now we've got some pink. Now this pink is very, very bright, okay? Very bright. Alright. Eye warnings. I'm going to have a pink finger. What I might do. It says it's got goobers. Oh, my little tie fell in. All right. The little bashing's bugging me, so I'm going to use my fingers. Hello, coloured hands. And this is why dyers have coloured hands, because A, they do things at the spur of the moment that they probably shouldn't. Over there somewhere.
Who needs gloves?
Glove schmovs.
So overrated.
I'm saving my gloves when I go out. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a bit more yellow into that. I needed to see that pink. That pink is very pink, is it not? This is probably not what you were thinking of, is it, Lindsay? It's quite bright. Oh, that sounds amazing. We might do that. Andrea's full of clever. Let's do what Andrea said to do. Get out, little tie. Yeah, the Halloween purple would be great. Oh yeah, that's a hot bit up there. Put your hands straight into it like, oh, burny bit. Andrea, it's been a while since Andrea's been here for me dyeing. I've been dyeing alone a lot lately, so I'm talking to the yarn a lot more than I usually would. It's Andrea's fault. Okay. Oh, look at that. Good call, Andrea. I might just cover a bit more of that pink. Now, I can't say how far through this is getting because I didn't check. Dye fail. There we go. What's going on here? There's stuff in the chat going on. There's people. The pink is amazing. I'm just making sure these colours go all the way through, at least pale. I don't really want any white if I can avoid it. Okay, let's massage that through. Okay. All right, I'm just going to slide this cooker down a little just to move the heat around. All right, now we're going to pop some very nearly black. Just get some black dye going here. Wow, I just had a look at it on my phone. It's very bright. It's very bright. I may have messed with the color balance because when I was doing the focusing and stuff, it's not really this bright, people. I wonder if I can fix that. I should be able to, but just not right at this second. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not that bright.
Yeah, it's definitely not that bright. They're very pink. I need more water. There we go. Now this isn't going to be really black. This is going to be more of a grey, like a dark grey. But that is okay. Oh, maybe it will be black. Oh, whoops. Maybe it will be black. All right, this is getting a bit warm for my fingers. I need to pokey. Alrighty. Make sure that's all the way through. Well, I just got these cookers on one. Yep. Kim says she should do her hair this colour. I vote yes. I think your hairdresser would definitely have words and an opinion, which we would ignore and do it anyway. All right, now, so this is all sitting here. I just want to have a little, the yellows all the way, pretty much there's a couple of bits of, yeah, look at that. Ooh, that's hot. Let's make up a dash more yellow. Try not to get any yellow water in the pan. All right. Get a bit more in there. I mean, it won't kill us if there's a little bit of white, but I think it would detract in this particular instance. You guys know I'm happy to have white in a lot of my colours, but I think for this particular one, let's not. Also, I just realised I've been mixing dye without my face mask on. So there's a reason, which is I've been using my face masks for other things. They're not right here. Thanks, Andrew. So let's mix that through. Let's see what we've got here. That black's going a bit hard over there. We need a little bit more yellow along this line. Alrighty. Any white that we have now is staying. I don't want to risk moving these dark colours around too much. They will do evil. Whereas these ones will blend really nicely together. These ones will not play nicely and they'll ruin these ones. Ruined. What do you think? Let me see if I can fix this this white balance issue we're having, because that's insanity right there. Okay, Brio. Configure the video. Let me have a... How's that? Apply, okay. Brought it down a little. I mean, it is bright. Like, the reality is it's not dull, but it was very blown out. So this is what my hands currently look like. So, you know, that's great. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, they need a lid. Hang on a second. That needs a lid. They need to heat up and they need to cook. So we're going to have 3 of these available. They will be, I'll get photos. They will be different when they're dry, okay? For those of you that haven't watched a live dye session, the colours are different when they dry, okay? So we have what we get in the pan, and there is always a variance. Now, to a degree, sometimes it's very close to what's in the pan. Then other times it's totally different because of the underside of the yarn. As you could see, there were spots when we flipped it back, it was white underneath. Whereas Other spots weren't. And so there'll still be some little splashes of white or pale muted colours. And I don't see that as a bad thing. This is hand-dyed yarn. If you want perfection and perfection joints and perfection colour changes, go and buy a commercial cake. You'll be much happier. But if you're happy for a little bit of movement, a bit of natural colour play, your hand-dyed yarns are definitely going to be more what you're looking for. So I'm going to take a sip of my coffee here and have a little second reading the chat while this heats up and cooks, and just doing a temperature check. Chat come up. Hang on a second. People are jumping in. Hang on. Where are we? There we go. There's the chat. There's the chat. Hi, chat. It's been ages. All the colours are looking amazing and very vibrant sunset. So good point, Leanne. Those of you that have just jumped in, usually we would have colour inspiration photos where people have used hashtag Fiberific Inspo over on Instagram with photos of their own. Today we're not doing that. Today we're just going with random colour play. I'm testing a new set. It doesn't look that different to you guys, but it's very different for us. And so we're testing out like the different levels. Like this is the first time I've done these pan cooking in this new kitchen setup that I've got here. So I probably should have run that through a test, but I didn't. Soz. Not soz. Lindsay says it's like a neon geode. I mean, I love it. That side's getting quite warm. I think we'll be able to take this off the heat soon. Josephine recommends we pour it over your head now. She's drop and run. Kerry's loving it. Or whatever hand that's got less colour. You beat me. Oh, hang on. Bit of gumption will get that stain off. Oh, I just use toothpaste, honestly. No problems at all. Toothpaste and nail brush gets dye off pretty quick. And because you use dark colours, you could not flip the yarn to make sure the colour didn't bleed through. That's exactly right. So, and even with not dark colours, sometimes that action of flipping and then pouring more colour on, you can't see where your colour line is. You've got a rough idea, but you may end up putting more yellow over the back of, say, the apricot orange, because you can't see where the line was as clearly. And that's what. And so, if you want it to be perfect, you need one skein and a pan, so you can open that skein out so you can dye every single strand. Totally doable. But if you guys have been here around for a while, you understand I'm totally lazy and I'm not going to do that. And that's why I don't do gradients, because I'm totally lazy. Box Elf is having a sneaky high from work. Hello, Box Elf. Jackie's saying that even the commercial yarns aren't perfect. I agree with you there, absolutely. I also don't like how some of the commercial yarns just like do that abrupt change from one colour to a totally different colour. That messes me up, and I kind of got to find a pattern where those changes are somewhere I can live with. Where are we? A yarn addict with Karen McGarren. That's such a cool name. Is that your real name, Karen McGarren? Because if it is, that's very cool, especially if you like, Karens. Freaky says this is the test. This is the test. You're quite right, Freaky. Absolutely, it's a test. It's nearly hot enough to take off this cooker. Actually, Andrea, we haven't planned where we're going to put the yarn. Perfect. Let's do that. See, our pre-meeting was only 5 minutes. We normally have a bit longer, but we didn't. And so we just drank coffee, really. Let me have a look here. Okay. Do you guys have any more questions about this particular little rainbow colourway? I'm going to take the lid off now, just have a quick squiz. Make sure it's all cooking and happy. Get that lid back on. Dying on the fly. We are totally dying on the fly. Natalie's Closet says, I would love to buy some of your yarn, but the shipping is killer. Natalie, where are you? If you're in the USA, one thing you have to remember is the US dollar versus the Australian dollar. My website's all in Australian dollars. So maybe pop it through and double check once you can see the conversion rate in PayPal and make your decision there, because at the moment the Australian dollar's not doing great against the greenback. So, well, actually this week is not too bad. I think we get like 70, Like 68 US cents is what we get for our dollar. So you basically get to take a third off. Freaky Geek this morning for ladies. Sorry, I keep forgetting the time difference. Absolutely, it's morning for me. Oh, it's pronounced McCatherine. McCatherine. Wow, that is cool. McCatherine. Karen McCatherine. Oops, there we go. Knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Those of you that don't know, face cam issue is real. So we've got face cam. If it ever comes back. It's not coming back. Let's have a look here. Double camera MLC. The face cam did not come back when I did the thing. Let's see if we can get it to come back. Oh, this is going to be a fun die stream. Pots only. It did not come back. It's still not coming back. Hang on a second, guys. I've just got to check something. Yeah, it's plugged in. Otherwise, it wouldn't be making a noise when I hit the button. Yeah, we've got power to cam link. We've got power to the camera. Hang on a second. Activate. Okay, I don't know why. Yep, it deactivated in the system. I fixed it. Face cam is back. All right, so I'm going to drop it back up to where it's just a single camera. Red bubble. All right, Andrea, I'm going to get you to jump in here. I'll just move that die out of your way. Andrea's going to take our pan away. Just careful, it's not too hot. Is it all right? All right. Okay. So face cam is an issue that we have just because of the kind of camera I use. That's all. It's not designed to be a video camera. It's a M6 DSLR. It does the job. So you see my arm. Yay! We got it back. So there's a couple of things I can sometimes do to get things to work, and you kind of got to kick it in the butt a little. You guys need to think about what colour we're going to do for this next one. We've got
Black into green to yellow.
Black into green into yellow. Do you think we should do that on something different? Ooh. Maybe pull something out of the pot, out of the box, and tell me what you think.
Maybe black and something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Rainbow sprinkled donuts. Ocean breeze. Next, Lego Bob, I need to tell you something about hand dyeing in red. It's really hard. It's really hard to get a good proper red. I actually use 5 or 6 different commercial red to get one decent red. Yeah, just the one's cool. Actually, you know what? We could probably do 2. Yeah. So we've got these are sock blanks that I had knitted up. These are on the old sunflower. So before we had Pegasus, there was sunflower, and that was my 4-ply sock base. I tend to only keep 1 of each weight of yarn in regular stock. It's just because I get confused otherwise. Thank you, Andrew. I've just realised I should probably check which end's top. And make sure that we've got the same, because otherwise they'll grade opposite. Oh, well, do you know what? It won't be my problem. And it will only be a problem if someone wants to use 2 and knit them straight off the blank. If they wind them into a ball, then they can control it as well. All right. Just realised I need to do the double camera. So we've got 2 sock blanks in here. There's currently no heat in this pan. They have been soaked alongside the 4-ply in the bucket, so they are soaked in an acid. So they will take the dye faster than if they had no additional acid. So what I'm doing here is I don't want any dye really to get into this bit down here just yet, because I want to, it's not going to be a true gradient because it's a sock blank. But you know, it'll do the job. So what colours do you think we should dye this? Rose gold. Didn't we just have a discussion about Chantel and metallic colours? Well, I mean, I haven't really thought about the colours I'd use for that. Some things for me especially need more pre-thought, and I'm afraid that that would be one of them. So I'm just, for inspiration, I'm not sure if I've got an apricot-y pinky, well, not so much apricot, but a pinky gold. Kim has got multiple shades of rose gold just with her. Drink flasks and coffee cup. She brought her own coffee. That's how bad the coffee is here at the moment. She brought her own coffee from her own house. So apparently it's great. All right, we've got some really great colour suggestions coming through the chat. Let's have a look. Rose anything. Yes, rose gold. Lego Bob says purple. Purple. Oh, okay. Lego Bob says purple as well. It's on sunflower, so Jackie is happy. Cheat knitting then. Speckle. Oh, but nice. Is so excited there's sock blanks. Sally's like, hey, what about mustard? But you don't really want mustard. You just want to taunt Melissa. So, you know, you're lucky she doesn't have a spanner. Beach to ocean. Did she bring me any? No, she didn't. We Andrea and I had to settle with instant. Got excited for rose gold. I'm just not quite sure the colours I'd use. And it would bug me that it was matte rather than shiny. Mustards, pale browns and greens and limes. Brown speckles. And see, like we have a blank here, so we could start with a colour, and as we slide it down, we could speckle the new colour over it before we start using it as a liquid. And that could be sort of our grade into the next colour as well. So, yeah, we've done that. We've done the ocean to beach. It was a Mystery Lace Club, yeah. That was hard work. I did those one at a time. There's two. I've set up two, Kim. There's two. Kerry's off to work. Have a good day at work, Kerry. Oh dear. All right. The game with a spanner is the BYO coffee because Chantel's coffee maker is broken. Yes. Yes. And if she says anything else, liar. All right. Okay. This is the advantage of having the photos. I've thought about it the night before. So, rose gold, hey? Yeah, here we go. Kim has brought me in some inspo. Oops. Can you guys see? Not quite. What about there? What about here? It's a bit dull just because I haven't lit over there. But Kim has brought us some colour inspiration. Good job, Kim. Are they sealed? Well, that one fell down, so it's down now. Yeah, that pink is definitely too bright a pink, but we can mute it down for sure.
What if you did like a slight tan underneath and then wash over with the pink?
Well, I'm thinking we need to mix the pink with something before we put it on because the pink's just going to be like, wow. I also think we need to change over to Joss pink rather than this pink because that's a softer pink. Yeah. So, okay, where are we? Rose and teals. No, not too bright. Yeah, no, we don't want to go too bright on this one. We've got our bright one. Pip and Poppycock wants raspberry and chocolate, and I am with you on that one. We might do that one for another. Can somebody write that down for me? All right, so I just need to rinse. All right, so we want a rose colour, so we want Joss, a little bit of Joss, need a little bit of water. Alrighty, a little bit of Joss in here. I think we also need, I probably put too much Joss in. Hang on a second, guys. I'm just going to go over to the dye pots and just rummage for a second. Hang on. I'm just here. I can still talk to you while I do this. But there is a... so we want a little bit of orange is what I want. Oh, that is what I need. Yep. Thank you. A little bit of salmon. I mean, this isn't going to be rose gold, I don't think. I think I've got too much pink in already. But I can tone that down by adding more water, but... the sticky tape stuck to me! Yeah. Thank you. I'm 5 years old. We do some chestnut. Chestnut's what we want under that. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, that sounds cool, but we've got to get the... Oh, that chestnut's dead. Yeah. There's a big one up there. Yep. Do you want to bin that one so we don't get confused again? Sorry. There is a big chestnut. See, guys, we're total pros here. Total pros. Prepare everything. Never. We never prepare anything. All right, we just need a little splodge of the chestnut because we could go from just the hintest. That was just a splodge of chestnut. All right, let's see how this looks. Oh, get back on there, evil. What do you think? It's a little too pink. We need something brassy.
Definitely, yeah. I think we need like
So what you can't see is I'm just dabbing some colour here, just onto some paper towel. And while it's very close, I just think it just needs something. I don't know. Do you know what? Actually, as it's drying, I'm liking it. The silver dulls things. We can put in a tiniest hint of yellow, but I think that I'll put in a tiniest hint of yellow, just a hint, just a. Yeah, because we've nearly got it. We're nearly there. I'm nearly happy. All right, we're going to go with that. Alrighty, you guys, are you ready? I'm terrified, but there we go. So if we just gentle it on, we don't need a lot, is the other thing. The second you do that, what I just did there, that's too much. We just need to, what we need is we need to water it down. There we go. All right, let's see if watering it right down makes a big difference here. There we go. Alrighty. Can you guys hear the wind? It's insane. Now we've got some darker bits. That's the nature of hand dyed. I mean, it's not quite rose gold, but it's pretty close. I mean, you've got to also remember the yarn you are using changes the dye. So because this is undyed, it's not white. It's this little slight beigey cream colour. And I think that's helping us here as well. So I'm just trying to get colour coverage without depth of colour. Does that make sense? Just, yeah. There we go. Alrighty, we're going to go from this kind of colour What do you think? Do you guys like the look of that? Kim, did you want to come and have a look at real life in the pan? Oh, you can see it? Well, you can be the judge to see if it looks similar enough on the video as it is in real life. Oh, sorry, there you are. Similar enough?
It's more pinky in there than it is in the...
Yeah, it's a little
like
pink.
it,
I like it. I think it's a lovely colour. Shame I didn't write down how I made it.
You can just watch the video.
Yeah, I didn't mix on camera. Now, for those of you that wonder, I don't mix on camera, and I do that for a really specific reason. We can all get the same dyes, we can all buy the same yarn bases, but our colours are our own if we mix them. If you use them straight out of the pot, you will have the same colour as every other dyer out there. Now, if you're after that colour, that's great. But if you want to make your own colours, you need to do what we just did, which is a bit of this and a bit of that and a bit of this. But please take better notes than I do so you can repeat it. I do this a lot where it's like, oh, that's great. Shame I can never do it again. In saying that, we still have this much of it here. So I really watered it down. So we can add like a darker mix up to here to go to a dark, what do you think, a light grey at the end? So I go from this softish pink with a darker version of it in the middle and then transition that to a darker grey.
I'd go the other way. I'd go dark to a lighter pink to a light grey to a dark grey.
Well, we can't do that.
Why not?
Because that's the light on this end. We've already done it. Unless we over dye that and go dark there. Bloody hell, Kim's trying to work out a way to make this dye string go all day. All day to do 2 blanks. Oh, all right, so what am I doing? I'm going a darker pink here.
Dark pink to a light pink to a light grey to a dark grey.
God, okay. All right. I hope you all agree because that's what I'm doing.
They can't hear me.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to darken this and then we're going to try and do this here, which, you know, if you know me, we're not going to be able to do that. Darken this, so we go dark pink to a light pink, then we're going to go to a light grey to a dark grey. Okay, that's our goal here. So, sorry chat, if you're unhappy with that plan, take it up with Spanichick.
Is it easier if you put the tray on an angle, so you can basically put it all in down one end instead of...
Look, technically speaking, but you've got less control. Oh, Kim's asking if it's easier if I tilt the tray up and just work in one corner, so that I don't have to worry about the colour bleed so much. And technically that's probably correct, but at the same time, you can't control where the water goes. So when you bring it back, if it hasn't captured all the dye, you're just going to drain that through everything.
Freaky wants to know if it goes darker or lighter as it dries.
It goes light. Kim was just saying Freaky wants to know if it goes darker or lighter as it dries. It goes just a bit lighter. I just need a bit more colour here. Can you pop those back over to Kim for me, please? I'd hate for something to happen to her precious rose gold things. All right.
Apparently the corner closest to you is still a bit pale.
Yeah, I just mixed up some more.
And Freaky said if you keep the water off the floor, you've got some control.
Yep, good call, Freaky.
It's a really pretty colour.
Yeah, it's a lovely colour. I'm very happy with it. I just want to try and even it out a little.
An ombre of that colour would be awesome.
Leanne, you're going to get blocked. Leanne's like, why is she telling me I'm going to get blocked? Because Kim just read out your ombre message. That's why you're getting blocked. All right, so what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to put the darker colour on the end and slowly squish the water up a little. So we've got some colour moving up through the water. We've got darker on the end, coming up to colour in here, and then I'm going to really water it down. and soften that hue, and I'm only going to dye up to about here with the pink, and then I need to start moving into the grey. But as you can see that it's already started carrying in the water up to about here already. Actually, it's in some areas it's even further, but the grey will cover that, which is why you go light to dark when you're dyeing, so that your darker colours can cover any mistakes. Technically, sometimes it can't. Sometimes a mistake is just a mistake. How's that for philosophical? Sometimes a mistake is just a mistake. So what's going on in the chat, Kim? I can't look.
Jackie said there's going to be fighting over this.
Well, there's two.
There's no fighting because I'm just taking both home.
Because like Kim was being very quiet. So it's like there is something happening in the chat that she does not want me to know about.
Leanne says so, no ombre there. Bob and Melissa is also voting for ombre.
Do you know what? We're going to have a dye session. They can come over here and dye their own ombres.
Are you going to make blanks for everybody first?
Nah, they have to do them too. Get knitting, ladies. And you have to make your blanks in knit. You can't crochet them. Crocheted blanks do not work as well as knitted blanks. They work, but not as well.
Jackie can't leave her island.
Why? Oh, because she can't come back. Jackie lives on in Tasmania, for anyone wondering what's going on, which is like a little island down south of Australia. The other island, we're the big island, she's the little island. And due to COVID, Tasmania has closed its borders, as has Queensland, technically. But Tasmania being an island, they're able to police it a bit better than up here. They're just like, none shall pass. Oh, mate, the strait's a nightmare. You wouldn't cross the strait in a tinny. I don't even think trawlers like going into the strait. Alrighty, that's it. Now we're moving on to the grey.
Tracy wants to know why they don't work as well as knitted blank. Maybe knitted and crocheted.
No, what it is, it's the thickness of the fabric. And crochet has 3 strands to make each stitch. So knitting has 2 strands to make each stitch, whereas crochet has 3. So you've got a strand always blocking something. So you need it as open. So even these are knitted so loosely. Well, why don't you give it a try? Kim suggested, why don't we just crochet a 6mm hook on lace weight? She can try that, and she can come and dye it also. I will let her have free reign of the dye space. All right, now we're going to move into our... I'm just going to add some heat here just so we can get some of this colour out of the water. You can see here that it's not much because the water that went in was already hot, and the water I'm mixing the dye with is hot. When it hits the yarn, it has the acid already from being in the yarn, the acid that was in the pan before we got started, and the acid that's in this pot as well. By acid, I'm talking citric acid. That's why I still have fingers. And so because you already have a bit of heat and the acid, it is mostly already attached. But I did notice a little bit of colour was travelling, and so I just want to make sure that when we slide this, because we're going to push all this down this side and start on the grey. So we're going to have soft grey, then dark grey at the end. Okay. Just checking Kim's plan here. Kim's like, I heard his head talking maths.
Yeah, I think about like 3 strands.
Oh, okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so when it comes to making your blank, sorry, just to jump back onto that, you need the most coverage with the lightest strands of yarn. Does that make sense? You don't want your blanks open so much you've got big gapy holes where the dye will just sit. You need it to touch the wool, but you also need it to be thin. Okay? Otherwise you have white speckles or heathering. Now if you're after that, go for it. But if you want a more even coverage, you're going to need a flatter sock blank. Okay, so because I do try to say you can't do it, you can't not do anything. That's right. No, that was a double negative. I don't know. Try everything, but you may not get the results you want. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right, I think we've got most of the dye out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide these up here. So what? I missed that. What are you two talking about behind my back? We did just do a bit of this, a bit of that for the rose gold. It's not really a rose gold. Like, I wouldn't call this a rose gold. I'd call it a rosy colour. It's like an antique apricot. All right, so just pull those up a little more. All right, we'll turn the heat off. We don't need the heat while we do this bit. Just need to get some of this water out. Oh, we did put in a bit of yellow. Chestnut, salmon, joss. Yeah. I am just getting rid of some of this excess water, just so I've got more control over where everything is going. We need the water, but we don't need this much water. Funnily enough, this was all the pinky colour, and now we can add grey to it and just reuse it, because the yarn has soaked all the dye out. Okay, so we need that. We need some grey. We only want the merest hint. I would reckon a mist would be amazing here, but as I've done that, I've got no idea what the mix is. We'll just go like this and see what happens. We'll just see what happens. The thing to remember is all your blacks have got a base colour, and depending on your base colour, different black dyes won't work with different colours. Because I'm dyeing the light grey in the middle before I pull to the... Kim's wondering why I've spread out here and not here. And that's because I'm going to do this soft grey bit in the middle first. Because you're better to go light to... Kim's asking why I went this way. And it's because it's better to go light to dark than dark to light. You've got more control. So when you've got the choice, go light to dark. Okay? And now, the thing to remember is my grey here, or my black dye that I've got, it's got a purple tone. So I'm not 100% certain how well it's going to go with this pinky colour. So we're about to find out. It's fine. It's too late now. Because it's going in. There we go. What was that, Kim? Oh, Kim's just taking all of this home with her just to save the fights. Like, it's totally got nothing to do with anything else. What are you taking home with you? Oh, Andrea's named the other yarn and apparently is taking that. I might have to sit here this afternoon and dye some more yarn just for you guys, the way these two are going. Jeez Louise. There's totally going to be bag checks before they leave today. I don't normally do bag checks, but I'm thinking it might have to become a thing. I understand. Now, they're being cheeky, you guys. You're very lucky you're not here. You'd see a very different side of these two. They're so helpful. Alrighty, let's get some grey onto this other one. I mean, I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do this. I don't know it. worst friends ever. They're over here scheming. You can't hear them, but I can. They're scheming. They're scheming speckles on top of some of these colours. No brown speckles. Yeah, there's actually a brown mixed into this colour. But with all the grey... All right, let's darken up this other end now. What's wrong? Okay, so what you guys see is a few seconds behind what I'm doing, and they're watching on what you're seeing, and Kim's just watched me just tip dye on, and so, yeah, oh well. I just want to tidy this up a little bit. Hey, Kylie. No brown. Oh, thank you. Let's see if we can get this working without the drama that we had last time. Fingers are crossed, everybody. Yes! All right, let's get some dark grey going up here. Well, Kirby's right. As I put my hand back in the pot. Look, really, dye is toxic, guys, and it's a risk I take. And it's a risk I knowingly take. So if you're dyeing and you're playing with it at home, please wear gloves. You know, do as I say, not as I do. All right? I'm a very tactile person. I need to be able to feel it. And I've tried doing it with gloves so many times, and with my little short fingers, it's comical. These two are laughing in the background because they know. Absolutely. I agree with what Odd But Nice. It was Odd But Nice? Yeah, Odd But Nice is right. You definitely want to do a diluted version of your black to work out. Now, what you can do, so you're not risking yarn every time, is you can make your diluted version, right? This is going to have to go all in. And use a little bit of paper towel, all right? And just... you can get a good gauge of what it's going to be. It's not identical, but you can see that's got a purple undertone. So you can get a good idea without risking yarn. And so you can decide whether or not you will go light with that black. Now, Kim, it's kind of gone a bit grizzle grey. Is that grey enough, or would you like it darker? All right. Yeah. I think it works personally, but it would be up to the individual. All right, I need to get some heat on this end. Whoops, I went very high here. We don't need that much heat. Okay, so this guy is going to get some heat to try and stop that colour from travelling through the rest of the colours. Let my hands have a little dry, have a little sip of my coffee that's sitting right next to the dye. Don't do that either. Oh, Kirby loves picking names of yarn. We'll have to sort out a day for that, Kirby. I've got some new colours coming. Kim reckons she's having these, so she doesn't want to name them because once she names them, she gets sad when she eats them. So, hey, Andrea, could you grab me some paper towel, please? I got a little bit of excess water around with this electricity. So we've got some more 4-ply skeins, because this is it, Kim. Are you happy? All right. It would be a black speckle, it wouldn't be grey. Like as in that's fine to do, or as in you would... It's a bit windy for speckling today, I would think. we have some plans for this space, which is to create like a little wind barrier so that we can still get the natural light, but so we can speckle whenever we want, basically. But today it's probably a bit too breezy for some soft speckling, and we would end up with speckles in the wrong place, which would make me sad. I'm just going to, while this is having a little heat up here, I'm just going to have a little look in the chat and but you don't read them all out. You just read it. I know there's more comments than that. Kim is censoring you, everybody. I've just looked at the chat. Kim is censoring you. Pip and Poppycock says it's looking fabulous. Can't wait to see it dried. It looks like smoke. A little smoke and fire. Volcano, campfire. Everyone's throwing out names for your yarn, Kim. Gothic rose. See, I kind of like that. We can try. We can try and replicate the colours. I've got a jug of it. Look, there's this much left of the pure. Over there, that one there. It's this one here. That's Kylie Pink right there. When Kylie came to dye, she made this amazing pink, right? I still have some, and I'm like, it gets used for speckling. That's it, because I don't want to use it all, because I don't know how she made it, and I really like it. Spanner Rose. That's an interesting name for it. Anyway, so next we can choose either. There's only one more sock blank in there, isn't there? All right. Should we? What time is it? No, we're not going to do another sock blank. Because it took us 40 minutes to do this sock blank. Kim wants to know, why aren't we going to do more sock blanks? 40 minutes!
Kim doesn't want to go home.
So do you want to set up another, say set up three more, just 4 plies?
Okay.
There's 3 in there?
There's 3 drying now.
Oh, I couldn't see them because of the pole. That's fine. That's cool. We're good to go. We've got another 3 skeins coming of something. So chuck us your ideas for your colours, for your other 3 skeins. It'll be in the pan. I mean, Andrea's taking those ones. Kim's taking these ones. We've got to make something some of you can get. Gosh, unless I decide to keep it, which...
I'll take one and save one for somebody else. How's that?
Kim's getting the guilt now. She's like, maybe I'll just have one. It's fine. Oh, raspberry chocolate. That's a bit like the cherry ripe, isn't it? Because I like that cherry ripe colour. What red did I use for that?
So you'd be doing less of a brownish red, I think, because the cherry ripe is a very dark brownish red.
Yeah, because I wanted chocolate and cherries. Whereas this... Yeah, it's a hot pinky red. That's all right. I reckon Flamingo will do that. Or Chinese Waitress. No, there's a dye colour called I'm not making it up. There is. There's a red one. It's in the Dharma colours. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm just racist.
It's just red. Kind of red, wasn't it? That's the other. Purple Chinese red.
Okay, it's not Chinese Waitress at all. It's Chinese red, okay? I mean, it's still just as racist, right? That's still just as racist. There is a cast on called Chinese Waitress. You guys, worst friends ever, honestly. All right, back to the chat. Back to you guys. These are my real friends, right? Not them. They just here to pick on me. Blueberry Lightning. Cool colours next. Diana E wants something purple. Rose Stone is the name for this one. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I can't wait to see it dry, to be honest. Here we go. It's got some good heat. The colour's coming out of the water. We're nearly ready to take it out. I'll get a bit of colour on. Yeah, we can spin them out to get a rough idea. So what we can do is once these colours set, we can spin them out. I'm just squashing that down just so it can get a bit of heat in there, just to colour set it a bit. We can spin them out. Now that won't give us the true colour, but it'll give us just about the true colour. Okay. So Kim's going to pat it, get itchy, take antihistamines. Because Kim's allergic to all wool yarns, you guys. So when Kim takes his yarns, they basically go to her house and get locked in a vault. There we go. Okay. Fiber Floozy Craft says she always votes for turquoises. I'm with that. Oh, hang on. I brought it too far over. There we go. Is my face cam out again? Oh, Ida Niles says face. Maybe my face was out of shot. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Purples, lavenders, and pinks. But isn't lavender just another purple? So really you're saying purples, and pinks? Unicorn hair? Who said that? Nice. Just you guys wait and see. One day Chantel will remake our beloved unicorn hair by accident, and then I'll hog it all, and because I'll never know when we'll see it again. That's the thing. When we make these colours, you need to get it when you see it, because when we do these live dyes, they're generally not repeatable. Yeah, that unicorn hair was a bit of a winner. Yeah, I'll have to, do you know what, I should probably rewatch the video and see if I can be inspired by unicorn hair. So, Jackie's votes that you can't take any of the yarns because they need to be made into something nice. Kim says her stash is something nice. It is, it really is. Fiber Floozy says, I'm always looking for something cerulean like the crayon. I'd have to look up the cerulean crayon. Well, because it's going to be on a Andrea is suggesting a dark purple fading into a blue and then back into a dark blue. We can do that, but it will be in the hank, so you'll have shorter. As long as you understand how we do it. Natalie's Closet loves cerulean. Well, because then we can only do one at a time. No, you can't stack them on top of each other. Kim comes up with all the ways to take longer. Like, she's just like, why don't you just stack them on top of each other and dye one hank open? Because you can't. All right. Lego Bob says they need to come to her house and get put into the luxury yarn box. Yes, Lego Bob. The difference being your luxury yarn box comes out and you make things out of it. Kim does make things. She just has to gift them usually. And apparently nothing's going to Jackie because Jackie is full of evil. All right, let me have a little look here. I'm going to turn that cooker off and just bring this over. It needs a little bit more in the middle and then it's good to go. Can I have a lid, please? Thank you, ma'am. You knew what I needed. All right, I'm going to pop us into our top camera so we can chat for a moment. All right. Okay, I've lost the chat now. Come back, chat. All right. Sally says she's obviously not dyed yarn before. Agreed, Sally. Agreed. So as you can see, I've popped up the banner for the Mystery Lace Club. If you don't know what the Mystery Lace Club is, it's the Fiberific monthly yarn club that goes out. It is always a lace weight pattern, always a lace pattern, not always lace weight yarn. We've had clubs go out that required DK, 4-ply, lace weight or cobweb. So all sorts of weights of yarn, but the pattern that you get with your yarn is always a lacy knit pattern. If there's something you think you would like to join into, you can go to fiberific.com.au/MLC and check that out down there. If your country is not listed, email me and I'll grab your postage quote. That'd be the only difference, is just the plus whatever for postage. So then each month, around the 20th, I ship out your boxes, and they've all been hand dyed by myself and Andrea. And we source designers who make beautiful lace patterns. Those patterns are never available free unless that designer does a special or something down the track, which I have no control over. But they are not just free patterns that you can find. These are patterns that are usually being pattern tested and are really fun patterns. You always get enough yarn to make your pattern. It's never like, oh, she didn't send us enough to even make the small size. So I have never done that, have I? No, good, just double checking because these girls both get the MLC. So if it's something you would be interested in, make sure you check that out. I'm just giving this a little bit more just to warm it up in the middle a bit, and then it's ready to go into the stack. And I will need another tray. Oh, but Nice says no neutrals in the next one.
And also, any other lightweight yarn coming out?
Oh, we do have some lace weight yarns over on Fiberific. We have Boots Lace, which is a BFL silk blend. I don't know if I've got much in stock at the moment. I'd have to check. We have Triangulum, which is a 50-50 of wool and tencel, which is beautiful. It has like this really nice shimmer to it. I actually just dyed some up in Violetish yesterday. So that's lovely. Lace weights. I think there's one more, but my brain won't give me the name. Boots Lace and Triangle. I think they're the main lace weights that I've got. I'm always looking to grab extra lace weights because with the 4 plies and the 8 plies, I tend to do a lot of semi-solid colours and similar colours. Whereas with the lace weights, I do a lot more smaller batch dyeing because normally most people's projects only need 1 or 2 skeins. So I can be a bit freer with the lace weights. All right, there you go. Andrea's coming in to take our pan. Lego Bob says, in the MLC, if I don't knit, could I find crochet patterns for lace and the other thin yarns that you mentioned? Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's your yarn. And so if you don't want to make that pattern, don't make the pattern. Use the yarn for whatever you want. You need to just double check that there's enough to make your pattern that you've chosen. I'd love to see some crocheted stuff made out of some of these. But the thing to remember is I do dye the yarn. Sorry, Andrea. I do dye these yarns specifically to the pattern. So you need to just double check that it will work with whatever your crochet pattern is. Don't click the link, Chantel. Where are we? Sally doesn't remember something. Oh, okay. All right, so let's go back down. We are already at 11:21. We're going to do one more batch of colours, and then that'll be it for today. So let's have a think about what we want to do. And I agree, let's not go with neutral in this one. Let's go a little bit crazy. Okay, so we need, hang on a second. Oh, I don't have a jug for pouring water. This one's a bit dusty because I've got dye in it, because I'm a numpty. Alrighty. We're going to need a little bit of acid in there as well. I've got the acid here. We'll get a bit of heat in there. A little bit of acid. So I've just got about a tablespoon of citric acid that I've popped in. And we'll just give that a little zhuzh. Love glass jugs. Just get that acid dissolved. Have we got rain coming, you guys? I just feel like we've lost a lot of light. Crazy is good. The blue-green Andromeda is... No, there's one that's like the Planet Earth ones, or Earth from Space or something like that. Just double checking my hands aren't destroying the yarn before we even get started. Thank you. All right. Let the wind make it fun. Yes. I mean, it's the last colour, so we could probably do some speckling. Nothing too sensitive though, if that makes sense. All right, we need a bit more water. Alrighty. What are we thinking for these three? Is it buffering for everybody or just Natalie? Alright, because my phone's going fine and it might just be you, Natalie. Sorry, sweetie. Not that that's fun, but I do double check all the bufferings because we used to have a lot of problems here with that. Alright, let's get some warmth in there. That's a little bit cool because that pot, I turned that pot off like an umpty. Alright, we are not going to be using that black. So that can get out of the way. Alrighty. Colours. I don't know. I quite like the idea of the purple and the blue, but pink and purple. But then what tones are we going for? Are we going... Really? That's really unusual that Melissa would think purple. I like green and blue. Green and blue works. All right, that's starting to warm up in there, which is nice. Let me think. We could go... oh, this is so tough. Next time round, I need photos, you guys. Make sure you're getting your photos over onto hashtag Fiberific Inspo. The second Thursday of July, we will be doing a live. We'll be going back to. I'm going to try and get us back into our live dye routine. So second Thursdays of the month, we will be doing our live dye session. So make sure you get your hashtag Fiberific Inspos over onto Instagram. I'll choose a couple of photos and then we'll dye to those for the next one. Andrew's just digging through the dye pots here. We've just done a pinky one. And Kim just keeps going, make it to match my purse, holding up like multiple purses. I'm just having a think here. Let me have a quick read in the chat what people are saying, because Kim's obviously not looking at the chat. Winter tones of blues. Pink with purple speckles. It's not always lace weight, that's right. Sometimes it's 8-ply, 4-ply, whatever over on Mystery Lace Club. Pink, purple and green from Gone Crocheting with Liza. Sorry? Speckled hens. Brown speckles. You just want me to speckle with brown speckles and Kylie will get angry at me. I'll be in the naughty corner. Greens and purples. We haven't done anything with any blue today.
Blue, teal and purple. Periwinkle. Brown, orange and blue.
We could speckle with some periwinkle, which is a purpley hue. We could go the Hello Blue from Halloween. That's the turquoisey purple, bright purpley blue, no, bright greeny blue that we had for the Halloween colours. I mixed up another batch. Purple pop sounds fantastic. Let's have that. No, go to purple pop, I think. All right. I'm thinking maybe... no, not the turquoise. I think because there's a lot of the turquoise in this mix. Okay, yeah. Is there there's one there called Sea Breeze in the Dharma dyes. I reckon one of those. All right, I'm going to go crazy and actually liquid speckle, liquid stripe, and colour speckle all on this creamy white base. That's going to be our neutral, guys. Sorry, there is going to be a neutral, but I'm going to go hard. All right, so I'm going to start with this one while Andrea finds some colour. I'm going to mix it so I can see how bright it is. All right, it's not too bad. So I'm going to do a little bit of a Sea Breeze. So what we're going to do is have that, and then I'm going to flip it. So we're going to have a little bit on both sides. Agave is a total colour mix. It's not a single colour, and I don't have any made up. Oh, maybe Caribbean blue is what I'm thinking. Baby blue eyes is too pale. All right, so we've got this colour on one side. I'm going to flip it. What's that? It must have been the other colour, that one you said. Yeah, the Spearmint Breeze. All right, so we've got a soft blue on one side. Now we're going to go hard and have fun on the other. Okay. All right. Alrighty. I need dry hands. Lucky I'm wearing my favourite dye pants. I just wipe my hands on my pants. Okay. Sorry? But it's pretty. I don't want to wreck the apron. Okay, we've got some heat getting into these pans. So once it gets a little warmer, we'll be able to start speckling. But in the meantime, let's just make some colour grid here. All right. Alrighty. Now, we've got that. I need my little strainer. What have we got here? Caribbean blue. I don't think it's very absorbent. What's graffiti? Oh, yeah, total graffiti. They do look like jail bars. They're taunting me about my little hands in gloves again. They're like, you could do this with gloves and then we could laugh at you and schmirkle all day long. Yeah, laugh. That's what he's going to do. He's laughing at me. Well, Andrew accidentally just put dye everywhere. Thank you. Who's laughing now, Andrew? Sally's cat is evil. My cat got attacked this morning. It's got a big stripe of fur missing off its back. It's like he's been scalped. Well, not quite scalped. Like he's been defurred. Like there's no damage to his skin whatsoever, but there's also no fur. I took the lid off and it just went everywhere. Soz. Not soz. All right, what colour next? A bit of the... I'm not going to go another blue, actually, just because we're very blue. No, I did the... Oh, no, I did do Caribbean. What am I talking about? All right, this is Purple Pop, people. Yeah, some yellow in here would look amazing. Can you find me, please, with Crispies? There is a A warm gold, Aztec gold or Aztec something. I reckon that. But yeah, a bit of yellow, definitely. I agree. For sure. What do you think of that purple bits that we put in there? Do you think that worked? In the chat, I'm just going to have a quick look at the chat while Andrea's finding me colours. Love periwinkle from Natalie's Closet. Me too. I think periwinkle's a cool colour. It's very evil. It is. Any luck? Hang on. I'll just go with gold ochre. I've got some here. That's all right. Yep. All right, we're going to get a bit of golden ochre in there. Bit of teal in there, you think, Kathy? All in the same pan? You don't think it'll be too much? Oh, I'll do a face cam in a second, guys. I've just got to do this first. There we go. I don't know. Do you think we need teal in there? Let me just fix face cam up. All right, let's bear with. Let's see. What do you reckon? See, normally now I would go, let's add brown speckles. But let's not. I reckon maybe some green. Some Slimer green.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? Fiber Floozy probably hasn't been warned about Freaky Geek yet. Yes, green. Everyone's like green. Should we go in emerald green or Slimer green? Yeah. Yeah, go emerald. It's got a bit more depth to the colour. Slimer green might get lost in that blue-green that we've already got. All right, let's see what happens here. There's a bit of green over the top. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, because the other side, guys, is just that softer blue, remember? So it's not white, but it's definitely not anything crazy. So this will be toned back by the other side. I need to take a photo of this in the pan. Not that the others didn't deserve it, but this is great. Camera. You guys, lucky I didn't have to put in a password then. Oh, God, terrifying view of upside down. Stop that. All right, there we go. I've stopped doing that. Stop playing with my phone. Okay. Oh, I have his number, lol. I have to censor myself. Well, I'm glad to hear it's all good. It's all good. We absolutely love having Freaky in the chat, but sometimes when people are new, they're just not quite sure how to take him. I say flip it and do the same on the back. We can't. If we flip this now, it just turns into a muddy mess. It needs to colour set now. So we can see that it's starting to get some heat to it. This will blend in a little bit. There's probably a bit more water in here than I probably should have had for this much speckling. But we will get some speckles as long as we let it heat set before we move it. That will be a problem. Kirby says, let's call this one tie-dye. Let's see how it looks when it's dry, Kirby, but I like that idea. Pippin's crying face now because we can't flip it and do this to the other side. But we did put some blue on the other side, so this will leach through for sure, but it's not cream on the other side, so it won't be plain, okay? I know, it's very sad. I don't have the skills. Some dyers have these amazing skills to be able to flip and turn and make everything amazing. I don't have. I'm not comfortable with it without ruining what we've already done. Fiberfloozy says me likes it. Me likes it too, Fiberfloozy. Probably in real life compared to what you guys can see, it's probably a dash greener. What would you say? So this is what they can see.
Yeah, I'd say a dash greener.
Yeah, like a dash greener is what we've got. I'm glad we went with the emerald.
Yeah.
I really like this. All right. Now, what have we got left in that block bucket? Is there anything in there? There's a single sock blank left to dye. Should we just stick around and dye the last sock blank? It's up to you guys in the chat. Kim says, everybody said yes. You haven't had a chance to say yes or no way, man, I've got to go. I've got a life. I've already been here for an hour and a half. What we could do with the other sock blank, because there is only the one, we can actually open it up in the pan a bit more. And with some of these things that we can speckle on that and squirt on that, and we can go full graffiti on that one. So Nikki says yes. Nikki wants to see us dye the last thing. Can I grab a lid? Thank you. Sorry, this one's ready for its lid. I can see it starting to do its thing. Nikki said yes. Lindsay says yes. I mean, that's only 2 of you that have said yes, so I don't know. I mean, there's 49 people here, and only 4 of you have decided that you want more. Pippin's staying. All right, we've got to let it. We need to get a bit of heat into here before we can take it off. Okay, all right, I'm sure. Everyone would say yes. All right, well, we've got one more sock blank. Now, what I'm thinking is what I'm thinking with this last sock blank is we go hard with some of these colours we've got made up, and we've got all these dyes here ready for speckling. I mean, as long as we're happy to have no control over the speckles because of the wind, then we're happy to speckle, right? Sally says, I have no life, so yes. I just got a text message from Kylie. She says, let it set with the lid and then flip it. Do it. You're such good value, Kylie. Thank you. I'm afraid to wreck it. I mean, what we could do, what I can do later is once this finishes colour setting, because once it heats up in here, we've got to leave it for a while longer, is that I can turn it over, and once it's all colour set, I can flip it over and just add a little bit of a sprinkle on the other side, but I don't know. I like, Corliss likes the way I laugh. Thanks, Corliss. It's the only laugh I got. Actually, it's not. It does help. Yes, it does help. Thank you, Kylie. Everyone's being amazing. All right, let me just kill some stuff here. I've got some messages that are just like insanity. Go away, I'm busy. All right, let me just have a feel here. What I'm doing is I check the heat of the lid to see if it's got enough heat in there to finish the colour set process. And that's why I wait before we take it off the cookers, because there have been occasions where I haven't waited and I just moved it and then it hasn't set properly and it's been this big drama of just bleeding colour, and I mean, I've ended up with some nice stuff out of it, but the stress, so I just like to wait. I like to have enough heat in there just to be able to keep it cooking. Yeah, Natalie, it helps. Yeah, definitely. Do we have another, oh, we do. We have another pan. Excellent. How are those others going, Andrea? Woohoo! Our first colour, it looks like it's probably colour set. Game Widows saw Mr. Fiberific in the background. Yeah, my husband's working from home due to the COVID. And so he's running, I just heard him make himself a coffee. Did Tim offer any of you a coffee? No? Or he... Hey, Tim, wave for the camera, honey. You need to wave. Everybody can see you. There's a donut with your name on it, Tim. There's 52 watching. I think that's a record. I think that is we're getting pretty close to a live record. The live dies do tend to bring in extra people. Yeah. Oh, good point, Jackie. 52 watching, but only 26 thumbs up. So, you know, like, what's... Oh, can you? I can't see any of the thumbs up, basically. Oh, no, Jackie, sorry, it said sorry, 36. Okay, this is ready. This is ready to go. Just let me just... There you go. Thank you. Just quite warm. Are you right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay. Let's give this just a little... Let's prepare the slate for the next colour. Okay. So, do you guys prefer, just out of curiosity, look at this, we did the speckling in the blue, it's all over the cookers. Do you guys prefer when we just go random colours like this, or do you guys prefer it when we dye to your photos? So that's actually a good question to ask. Thank you. All right, I just need to give my hands a little, before I go touching a nice clean blank, just give them a little zhuzh. I'm just going to do this ready. I wipe my hands on my apron. Did that make you feel better? She just looked at me like, you should have seen the look I just got. Wow. Yeah. Well, it was just water. I was drying my hands. All right. I mean, I could. Yeah. I've got a thing for my microphone in one side. Alrighty. Little bit of water in there. Let's switch camera views so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh. Yeah, this is my hands at the moment. Not too bad, really. Thank you. Last sock blank for today. It's not the last sock blank I own, by the way. Alrighty. So what are we going to do? Are we just going to go cray-cray? Yeah, I like doing the photos. I find it easier to be inspired to which colours, like to prepare and pull out. Like we look over here and we're like got this wall of just all these different dye pots with like, I think, what have we got, like 40 different colours just sitting there, like including all that. It was probably more including the minis. Well, because that's going dark first. No, but you do like it in line, so you've got red at the top and then so like. Well, because that's a great idea. I like the idea. But the reality, if you come and have a look in the pan, Andrea, it's not flat. So because sock blanks are, you know, wider than this camera angle, fitting them into the pan means, like, for this particular method, we're not going to have an even dye. So I just was thinking maybe, yeah, I'm thinking let's just go hardcore. I'll just check the chat unless anyone has a specific idea they want for this. Freaky Geek says my bank account says no. Bob Curran says my live dye was in my YouTube feed yesterday. Yeah, I put up a... Did you guys like the new thumbnail I use? Like, I know most people don't care about these things, but I do. So let me know if you actually like the thumbnail. Yeah, the shipping costs aren't great. We've got one for Go Crazy. Christina O wants greens. So, I mean, we can put green in with Going Crazy. I mean, I've got green down already. Let's have a look here. Look, I'm thinking it's the last one. Let's just go crazy. Teal, saffron, and rust. That's very specific. I do, like, I'm such a huge fan of teal colours. So I really struggle to play with teal because I'm like, am I just playing because I'm selfish and teal's my favourite? Or does anybody else actually like it? I just need a dash more water in here, I think. Or as this heats up, it's going to get angry. Oh. gold. Grab whatever calls out to me. Listen to the force. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some teal, and I'm going to start with a teal speckle, all right? Because teal's my favourite, all right? No other reason than teal is my favourite. So we're getting a bit of heat in here. We don't want it to burn or anything tricky, so I've got to keep an eye on it. All right. And then we're going to go crazy with the other colours that we've already used. Alrighty, I'll just use a little bit of teal. I won't go too crazy. Oh, come on, teal. Teal does not like speckle. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! That bit's got a lot. All right. Okay, freaky. Go crazy. Love that color combo. All right, we've got some teal. I probably should have put the stripes in first before the speckles. Oh well. Yellow? Bright yellow or goldy yellow? Gold to go with that. Yes, let's do that. Oh, Andrea's had a thought. She's running to the dyes, you guys. Am I still going with the yellow? That could be either very good or very bad. Like, how many people are in the chat right now? 50 colours, you guys. 50 colours. I do think it would be cool to do like a combination colour with everybody, but maybe not that many. What are you looking for? What have you found? You've got brown.
I've got olive.
Olive. Olive
No.
would not do.
No, because you got yellow now.
Yeah. No, not the olive. Sorry. Sorry. Should we go purple pop? I've got purple pop here. I'm going purple pop, you guys. We didn't use it before, and I really, really want to, but we're only going to need the barest amount. This colour is insane. Oh, the wind's really picking up. Blew it all into one spot, even though I'm like trying to get it over here. All right, that's it for the purple pop. I may have mixed a bit of yellow dye in there. Whoops. Totes Profesh here. Totes Profesh. All right, what next? Teal? Not teal, sorry, turquoise. Aqua. All right, a turquoisey colour would be great if you wouldn't mind. We've done a yellow. We don't need more yellow. How about that one? That one's perfect, I think. We just need a nearest to that one. That one's a bit of a bum to speckle with, but we'll see. Of course Kylie says brown. Did we expect Kylie to say any other color? Kylie, do you really think I should put brown on this? We've got some bits here. Now the thing to remember, this is a sock blanket. It's going to knit up differently than it's looking, but we've got a bit of a dark spot here where the water just muddied things a bit, but I like how it's going a bit oceany. I actually think that's enough. But what do you guys think? A bit of chestnut or a bit of brown or something to pull it all in? Yep. All right, brown. Brown, we need brown. Yeah. All right, we're going brown, you guys. Well, this is a reddy brown, so that's why I went with this one. All right, that's it. We're done. Done and dusted. Oh, watch out, guys. Andrea's bag's going to be really heavy going home. All right, I think we're done. All right, I need a... Yep. Oh, do we have one more? Oh, have you got the lid off that one? We're going to take the colours out. Let me just double check that there's no colour on there. All right, I'm just going to, I can wander over here. Hang on. Yeah, that's ready. Yep. All right, we've got one ready to rinse and spin so we can have a quick look at how it looks. That's our first rainbow. You guys okay to wait for the first rainbow? Just to see how it has a quick look after it comes out of the spinner. So, I was looking for my mouse. There it is. Single Andrea, lift it up a bit higher. Oh, hang on a second. Let me go to a single camera. All right, Andrea, lift it up higher, 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 higher. There we go. All right. Is that colour bleeding or is it fine? Yeah, it looks the water came out pretty clear. Yeah. Awesome. We're going to have a quick squiz at how that's looking. I'm going to grab my phone so I can see how everyone is. Wow, yeah, that's a wow one for sure. All right, that's off. We'll turn that off. It's very cool. It's very bright. It's very bright, but it will be great. They're not quite ready. They need a bit more time to colour set. We should see the face I'm getting. Oh my God, it's like I just kicked a puppy. No, the face you look, it's like you just gave me, like I kicked a puppy and you looked at me with like that look of like, I can't believe you just said that. Talia says, I just got back from hanging washing and there's rainbow yarn. I think, what is it? Are we calling it like a sailor's sunset or something like that? Tequila sunrise? No, well, no, it's a sunset. It's not a sunrise. Yeah, so, all right. Do you want to just, yeah, we can always give it another rinse later, but we can give it a quick spin and then I can give it a twist up and a hold up to see how it's looking. Thanks, Andrea. Guys, I'm attached with a microphone. I can travel a bit, but not too far. That's why Andrea's here, to help me with all the wanderings. And Andrea hasn't used the spinner for a while, so let's see if she remembers. Just put that bucket back under it. Yeah, because it's the same water coming out. All right, let's see. Are we ready? Here it goes. Yay, she weighted it properly so it's not banging around. Spoke too soon. Sailor sunrise, gradient blues and pinks transitioning to yellows and whites. I love that, Kirby. Totes stealing it. Can someone screenshot that and send it to me? Natalie's Closet loves that bright pink. Isn't that an awesome pink, Natalie? So good. Where are we? There we go. We're nearly squashed out all the water. So what's going to happen with all these yarns is as they get colour set throughout the day today, they'll be spun out, they'll be dried, they'll be photographed, they'll go over onto fiberific.com/fiberific limited, which is where we put all our live stream dyed yarns. There's a couple of colours still there from our Halloween stream, which I don't understand why they're still there. They're amazing. I'm so tempted to steal them for myself. So if you want to have a look at those. If you get a weird postage quote, let me know. I realised that as I was putting in some yarns, I may have written down that 1.05, so as in 1 kilo and 5 grams rather than 100 grams, 105 grams. So that was dumb of me, and I'm slowly fixing it up. So let me know if you get a weird quote. Can I steal just one? Thank you. Oh, this is what we've got. We've got a bit of white. Well, no, oh yeah, a little bit of white here. Nothing too worrisome. But what I'll do is I'll give it a quick twist. Hang on, get back. My brain just totally screwed that up. Did you see that? Mad skills. Mad skills. All right. There we go. All the colours. All the colours. That looks good. And it's kept the intensity of all the colours. And that purple, I'll have to mix up some more of that. I love that purple. So there we go. We've got 3 skeins of that one. You can just hang it there if you want. It's pretty in the background. Oh dear. Well, my friends, I think we need to call an end to our live stream today. I've had such a wonderful time. Thank you so much for all of you joining in and for these 2 to come and help me out. We're going to do another live die on the 2nd Thursday of the month. We're going to try and do it every month again, get back into that rotation that we used to have. So get your inspo photos out. I've had such a good time. I'm very tired. My throat's starting to go. So I'm going to go and rinse out some yarn and grab some photos and see how they look, and I'll catch you all next time. See you. Bye. And I can't find the thing.